I guess what we really need to worry about is whether we're making many research cubes over here. And the answer is that we are making some. We are making some, but we are still in dire need of more particle broadband things. Yeah, particle broadband is the problem, and that is being held up by plastic production, which is being held up by oil production, which is a big old pain in the backside. Big old pain in the backside. I'm presuming that there is no refined oil gas giant. I mean, there's definitely not one around. There's definitely not one in this system. But I presume that there's a crude gas giant. Or there might be a crude gas giant. I have no idea. Can we actually see what's around this planet? Can we see the other stuff? Requires drive engine 4. We're close to drive engine 4. What are we? Drive engine. Plus 1,000 meters per second mecha sail speed. Let's actually queue that up. Let's actually queue that up before vertical launching. That's fine. Gas giants are always hydrogen plus something else. Okay, that makes sense. I guess crude oil you can get from other planets, which is kind of logical, I guess. Unlocks mecha warp, require mecha core level 4. Okay, we are actually super duper duper close. We're super duper duper close. We're super duper close to making this work. I think what we do need to do is we just need to add a little bit of extra oil production on. But my goodness, like we need a lot of oil. Like that's the crazy thing. We need a lot of oil. I can't quite believe how much oil is required of us. It do be quite a lot. Okay. Plonk down a little bit more over here. All right. I don't think that there's anything that we could actually change, because all of our, I mean, let me think. All of our refined oil, I mean, none of our refined oil is currently being used for this process. None of our refined oil is being used for this process. We could reduce yellow research production, although I feel like we've just gotten up to speed with yellow research production, and therefore if we were to get rid of it, that would be somewhat counterproductive. Almost all of our oil is being used for organic crystals, which I would love to reduce. I would love to reduce our reliance on oil to make these organic crystals, but I think that the only way that we do that is by leaving this solar system and doing some other crazy things. But we need to get universe exploration level 3 for that, and then we need to get mecha warp drive level whatever for it. So I think that our only option is to fix refined oil production with a little bit of extra oil refinery goodness here. Thankfully, we've got a good setup. I'm pretty happy with it. 1, 2. There we go. Warp fuel. You need warp fuel to warp. But that's not how it happened in Star Trek. They used the warp engine. Did the warp engine have warp fuel in Star Trek? I don't want to It must have had warp fuel. Yeah, we probably need to lore check that. There's almost certainly some Star Trek detail. Yeah, here we go. Almost certainly some Star Trek detail that goes into depth about the fuel process. Dilithium crystals. Now that seems interesting. Also, I'm gonna see if we can try and rework this area a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can try and experiments, Because I think that there is a way. I mean, I know that there's a way. I know that there's a way to do this with just one... with just one output here. Okay. First of all, let's see if we can plonk down a couple of additional oil refineries. We'll get this. Get this up and running. Glass, cool. Also, I should delete this. Should delete the silicon. We don't actually need it for anything. We do not need the silicon for anything. Happy for it to continue to be made into high purity stuff, but we just need glass. We don't need the silicon anymore. Yeah, in Star Trek, the warp engine was... It was always just assumed, the technology. I mean, like, literally anything was possible. But it was just used, like the teleporter, it was used for, like, a plot point. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the original reason why Star Trek has a teleporter in the first place was so that they didn't have to do, like, the CGI for the ships going down to the planet. Which is kind of hilarious, given that it's, like... You know, one of the most iconic aspects of Star Trek, you know, beam me up, Scotty, etc. It's pretty cool. All right, let's get some more oil refineries. More stone. Ah, goodness gracious me. Oil refineries are just complex enough to be irritating. Right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have like one gap between everything now, and the reason being is that's all we need. So hydrogen is output to do regular cracking. Also, I would love if there was like an advanced recipe for oil. That would be excellent. The warp engine crystals are the whole plot for Star Trek Discovery. I kind of don't want to watch Star Trek Discovery. I mean, I've watched a little bit of the original stuff. Nothing crazy, not a lot to be honest. But I kind of have zero interest in Star Trek Discovery. All right, let's go the hydrogens, and let's go the refined oils. Let's go the hydrogens. Let's go the refined oils. Let's go the hydrogens. Cool. All right. So we have hydrogen, we have oil. It's all good. It's all good. This is, look, you may laugh. This is the perfect setup. This is the perfect setup. This is the perfect setup. I will say, I feel like my oil setups have actually improved pretty significantly, and I actually legitimately think that this is... It do be good. It do be good. This is hydrogen over here. This hydrogen over here. All right. Excellent. So, I mean, I'm pretty chuffed. I'm pretty chuffed with how this is working out. There we go. So that's hydrogen. And we nab this hydrogen from down here. I think this is a little bit of a better setup, rather than leaving like two spaces between them. I think this works. I think this works better. Right. Okay. All right. Boom and boom. Now we are golden. Are we inputting oil into the back? No, we are not. No, we are not. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, so that's four additional oil refineries. 4 additional oil refineries, which will make a difference. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough for refined oil? I am sort of skeptical, to be honest. I suspect strongly that we're going to need more. We have 2 more. We have 2 more to plonk down. Okay, and now we're out of foundation. Fine. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. There is enough crude coming through. I mean, if there's not enough crude coming through, we can definitely just increase the amount of, just increase the speed of the belt, I should say. It looks like it's fine at the moment. It's really difficult to see the bloomin' crude, actually. But there should be enough coming in, because we have, we are intra-planetary logisticking crude oil across here. Which means that we are probably going to have enough of it mostly forever. Sure. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. So we cracked that. We got the output working. I need to get foundation. Yeah, foundation, little bit of foundation. And we'll also take some more stone, because stone is always good. Stone is always good. Okay. Right. So, this is just trying to increase the pace of our information matrix production. It'll be worth it when it eventually does happen. Right. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. We're so darn close. We are so darn close. Okay. That's fine. We will probably reconnect a few things in a bit. This needs to be moved to research mode. Adding pollution mechanics to the game would be interesting. I don't know if it really matters, though, right? Because I mean, we're an AI stuck on a different planet, different worlds. I'm really not sure that pollution actually matters. Okay, we are using magnets to make research cubes, and apparently we're just not. Oh yeah, I see what the issue is here. This needs to be upgraded to a splitter at level 2 in order to ensure that the priority is exactly the same. That's one thing that is not mentioned, I don't believe. The prioritization of sorters depends on their level, I believe. Okay. At least that's an interesting one. Why is it that the sorter level 2 continues to output from there? Interesting. So it prioritizes the sorter at the front for some weird reason. Very, very, very strange. I mean, this wouldn't be a problem if we were just producing a couple more magnets. So, I mean, that's what we should be doing. Also, this doesn't even need to be here. This is an old setup. This is an old setup. This was like ancient, actually. Ancient. No, okay, that's not allowed. Little close there, a little close. And copy, paste, paste, paste. Excellent. Okay, that should work much better now. Cool. And man, just think of all of the lessons. Think of all of the lessons that I've learned. in all the time since I started playing this this game. So many lessons. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, continue to output the magnets. This needs to be dismantled and changed because it's garbage. And then this needs to be stuck into there. Like so. Cool. Alright, now we should be able to make electromagnets much, much faster. Much faster. Where did that level 3 thingamabobber go? There we go. Nice. Okay. Now we are talking. It's probably a little bit of overkill, but you know, overkill is underrated. Cool. All right, so let's get back to making these super magnetic rings. This production area is a little old, it's a little creaky, but I mean, for the most part, it's still totally functional. It absolutely works. Absolutely works. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we don't have enough iron coming in here. We're gonna need to get our iron production sorted out. Yeah. Yikes. We absolutely do. We absolutely do need to get our iron production sorted out. And by sorted out, I mean we're gonna need to start importing it from another planet. And we probably have a limited time frame wherein it will not suck to do, and then it will become a necessity, and it'll almost certainly suck to do. Okay, no crude is coming in on the belt now, which means that we have reached belt saturation point of the crude oil. That, or we're just not moving enough. Yeah, this game looks incredible. This game looks, quite frankly, incredible. Whoa, hold on. Are you telling me we have 5,000 crude oil in storage and more coming in, and we just ain't got enough, drones? I think that's what the video game is telling me. Okay, well, logistics drones. Let's produce 17 additional logistics drones so that we can move things more rapidly around. I honestly thought that we'd have enough logistics drones here, but apparently that's our bottleneck. Didn't anticipate that one. Okay, well, whatever. Right, back across to the information matrix area. How are things looking over here? Very good, in fact. Very, very good. That's us almost to advanced research speed, which is real nice. And we should be making... That's a bit better, actually. That's much better, in fact. We're now making much more particle broadband. Could probably do with a couple of additional assembly machines that are working on particle broadband too. One to either side, perhaps, would be great. Yeah, let's nab some iron and then let's go and do that, actually. Let's also juice up. Let's also juice up whilst we're over here. Okay. Okay, drones. Where do my drones be? There we go. All right. Is there a max number of drones? Is there a theoretical maximum number of drones that you can stick into the port? Also, look at the... Oh my goodness, this is... I suspect that my power network is crying out right now. It is crying out right now. Okay. Crude. Lots and lots of crude. Then let's yoink up some more iron. Then let's get down some more... Let's get down some more of these high-end assembly machines. Okay. It's 30 drones. 30 drones is the theoretical maximum. That's a little lame, but I presume that that's 30 drones per base. Oh my goodness, look at the swarm of them coming through here. Yeah, so I presume that that's 30 per tower. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, so it's a theoretical 60 maximum on our route at the moment. But of course, if we want to start using more drones around the place, then we would be able to increase our max numbers. Something else that has surprised me about this game thus far is how smoothly it runs. Like, I've not even had a hitch. There's not been a crash. This is an early access title and nothing has gone wrong. I mean, you wouldn't believe the number of games that I play that aren't as stable as this is right now. And it looks good as well. It looks bloomin' good. Ah, this might be a little close here. Yeah, it's a little close. Nice. Right. Kinda don't like this, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Science cubes need to be connected. Yeah, the purple science cubes need to be connected, as well as I need to reconnect the, I need to reconnect these two lines here. I'm fully aware. The only reason that I'm not bothering is because I know that my current research is purple science, and therefore it's not going to make much of a difference. Because we're continuing to backlog yellow science cubes over here in this storage facility. Although it's a good reminder that I should probably increase the amount of storage that I have available for yellow science. Okay, I mean, this is good. We've got at least 2,000 yellow science cubes and counting. There we go. Get that in there. I suspect that probably the goodness of the performance is to do with the fact that everything is a standardized cube. Like, nothing is modeled more visually interestingly than a cube, which I suspect is, you know, both an early access thing, but also is just good for the performance. Okay, so this is gonna be exceptional. Look at that, by the way. Our oil is definitely better. It's not perfect. We probably could do with getting a level 3 belt to just ensure that we have a properly maxed out capacity, but it ain't too bad at all. It ain't too bad at all. Okay, so let's see. This is hydrogen belt right here. Let's do hydrogen over there. Let's get refined oil in there. Refined oil in there. Hydrogen here. Hydrogen here. Refined oil over there. Refined oil over there. Oh, cracking. This is excellent. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake. Refined oil. Yeah, refined oil from both sides. Refined oil from both sides. What was this? Hydrogen? Yeah, hydrogen. And then refined oil here. Okay, I still think that there's mileage, to be honest. I think that there is mileage in this route. So refined oil comes along here, just as normal. Yep, do that, and then hydrogen will be elevated to this point here, comes along there, and then we'll connect up all of the other routes. Nope. Don't love that. Don't love that. Are we able to connect this up? Or... Yep, we will. Okay. Video game doesn't want to cause a fuss today. Endpoint must be horizontal. This is technically horizontal, but apparently it doesn't count. So we'll move it back by 1. Alrighty. So, as long as we theoretically power this entire setup up, it should all just start working. Well, we'll give it a punt. We will give it a punt. We got a wind turbine spare. We'll whap it down. Okay. So, oh. Copy this. And let's get it pasted all the way across there. Is that everything up and running? It's almost everything up and running. We just need 2 inserters. Cool. Right. Whether we have enough crude to maintain continual production across this entire line. Wow, look at that. Look at the sheer amount of curvature as demonstrated by all of these oil refineries. That's quite something, actually. That is quite something. We're getting to the point where we probably have nowhere near enough fast belt on the output here. Probably going to need to speed this up if we want to keep our production going. Also, our capacity seems to be, or our liquid oil storage seems to be in a pretty good place. Pretty happy with that. Very, very happy with that, in fact. Alrighty, yellow science is looking good. Yeah, let's get additional matrices. Let's get additional particle broadband production facilities up and running. I've left myself a little bit of... not left myself much space over here. Typical orbital potato fashion, etc., etc., etc. Gonna make a few more bits of foundation. Maybe we want to bury this this vein area over here. I think that's probably what we want to do. And then take this belt out and honestly just expand in this direction. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Not necessary. Get rid of that too. 16 foundation. That's going to be fine. Hide the vein. Hide the vein. Honestly, what a great idea to hide the vein, eh? Hey, research speed level 1. We got it. Plus 60 hash per lab researching speed. Wonderful stuff. Okay, now, what we want to do is we want to put it to the test. We want to put our brand new research area to the test. And I do indeed think that it's gonna really show how quickly we're able to build stuff now. However, before we do that, I want to get this all sorted out here. This... head in there. Gonna get this plumbed in. That plumbed in. Alrighty. We are going to need a lot of cubes for a lot of additional research, but truth be told, I think that everything is now within striking distance. The only problem is that we have no way to connect up our purple research to... particle broadband. Yeah, we have no way to connect up our purple research to the research lab area, unless I want to fly it across. I could fly it across, actually. We're not far away from intraplanetary transports. It does seem like a little bit extreme for, you know, the occasional purple cube, though. Although that being said, I did belt right the way across the map for the yellow stuff. Okay, processors as well. We need microprocessors, and microprocessors are... Huh? Do we need more... We need more smelters, apparently? Right, Right. See if that makes a difference. This is a disaster, this area. It's just a disaster. But that is needed because we need the microcrystalline assembly, and that's going to get turned into processors. Processors are essential for purple stuff, so whatever. It's worth it. We're getting there. We're getting there. Alright. Microcrystalline assembly. I think we could actually... Could maybe... No, we can't even sustain. We can't even sustain more than this. We need to just get more... We just need to get more silicon. Like, Blumenek, we need a lot of silicon here. Let's get one more. One more of these assembly machines. The reason being is that I think that we could do better if we had one additional assembly machine producing microcrystalline structure here. And I'm gonna very purposefully, very purposefully put it after the joining of the two belts here. Oh yeah, we need copper as well. That's fine. And keep on bringing it across here. If we could get a few more bits of belt, that would be great. Please, video game. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see if this works. See if it works. So, the microcrystalline structure should now be able to comfortably support 2 assembly machines, maybe even a third if we're fortunate. I don't think that we'll have the resources. Yeah, we definitely won't have the resources to build that that other assembly machine. But I think we should get them. I think we should get them. Also, this entire area can be disassembled. I mean, it's completely irrelevant now. I should just ditch this stuff. Yeah, I mean, this is some high quality assembly machine action that we've got over here. And there is no reason not to move it out over here. Alright, and this makes processors. Sorters, yep. Nice. Ah, yes, my level 3 sorter that I placed all those years ago. We can take that out. We can take that out and we can stick in something a little bit more appropriate. Okay, so that's more processors. What's the issue now? What's the holdup? The issue is that we don't have enough processors going in because we don't have enough speed on the old belt. Thank you very much for the Prime subscription, amigo. Atlasnet. Cracking name. You've now got some access to the finest emotes in the game, so do indeed please spam them relentlessly. We love potato emote spam around here. We like it a lot. Right. So that should be processors making their way right up to the top. Alternatively, it might not be. We might need to get some faster. There we go. That's level 3. That's level 3 sorters. You can't argue. You can't argue with the level 3 sorters. But what you can argue with is the fact that we don't have enough research labs. Yes. So, stack them high. Stack them high. Right, this seems to be working just a lot more smoothly now. This seems to be working just a lot more smoothly. A lot more smoothly. Okay, you know what? Since I'm on a bit of a productivity tear, doesn't happen that often. And I would stress, you know, a productivity tear by my own standards. I don't want to confuse anyone. I don't want to pretend like this is productive by anyone else's standards. just my own. Anyway, that's a little bit more processor action ongoing right now, so that's good. This does not work for some obscene reason. Oh yes, it was plumbed in to work on. It was plumbed in to deliver from this belt to this belt, as opposed to this belt to the assembly machine. So we'll get that fixed. And now we are working. 4 processor assemblies. Look at the sheer amount of cubes that we should be working with. Cool. Lack of research items. Yeah, this is gonna happen because we didn't connect up our belt. We didn't connect up our belt. We probably run out of yellow cubes over here. It happened. It happened. Okay. Let's go and yoink this out of there. And, oh gosh, this is a... This is nasty. This is nasty. So here's what happens. Yellow needs to go to this belt up here. Oh, this is hideous by my standards. Even by my standards. 1, 2. Yellow needs to go up 2 layers, basically. And then it needs to come down onto the top layer. Yes. Let's keep it up there. Sure. Take this out. Nice. And then we need to find some way to get red connected in there. Which is... Oh, God. Oh, I don't even want to look at it. I don't even... Oh, it's so hideous. It's so hideous. But, I mean, it's actually completely doable. But just, please don't hold this against me. There we go. Okay. So that is the reconnection of yellow and the reconnection of red done. As soon as we get that in place. Wonderful. Okay, that's red reconnected. That's yellow reconnected. Let's go and juice up whilst we're waiting for that to occur. Then we're going to go and check on how many yellow science cubes that we actually have. And then we're going to juice the labs up. And by juice the labs up, I mean we're going to double up. We're going to double up the labs, and we're going to do research at blisteringly fast paces. Okay. Alright, 75 in the top, and how many in the bottom? Lots. At least 2,000. At least 2,000 and counting, to be honest. We probably could do with more matrix labs over here, but that's fine. Doesn't particularly matter for now. I do want to automate fuel. I want to make deuterium fuel, though, because deuterium fuel is just so much better than literally every other type of fuel that, I mean, it makes me weep at how good deuterium is and how terrible everything else is. 8. Look at that. 8 deuterium fuel rods. That's like a full charge. I mean, that is literally a full charge, or almost a full charge of my mech. Problem is, though, is that we don't have enough deuterium to actually justify automating it at the moment. I need to get the particle accelerator and stuff sorted out before we're able to fully automate deuterium. I should do this in a different order. Zoom out. Okay, so, research area. Okay. So now we should be able to progress through the research tech tree really, really fast. So drive engine is currently underway. Drive engine level 3, and then I think, to be honest, we want to get drive engine level 4, but that requires mecha core level 4. So let's get that underway too. Excellent. This is good. Yeah, this is gonna need a lot of fast inserters, actually. It's gonna need a lot of fast inserters in order to reach up. It's getting along, it's just not reaching up, which is what we need. Although I guess as long as it's working, right? I mean, the speed at which this is taking place is very, very fast. That should not be underestimated. That should not be underestimated. I would really, really, really like to get Drive Engine 4. Unlocking Mecha Warp, very cool. Very, very cool indeed. What else do we want to get? Probably want to queue up that too. Yeah, we need faster belts, we need faster inserters, we need faster everything. We need faster everything. This doesn't require... Yeah, this doesn't require purple stuff at the moment. So purple stuff is just accumulating all the way up. Which means that as soon as we get to the purple... tech that requires purple, i.e. Mecha Core, we're immediately going to be able to use it. Okay. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. We are juicing hard. I'm loving life. We're going to be able to juice even harder as soon as we hit Mecha Core level 4. I think... Look at this. Look at the time that this is predicting to take. 9 minutes? That's a little bit long, to be honest. A little bit surprised that it's going to take that long. Look at our power drain as well. Our power drain is truly bonkers. We should just sort the speed of the belt. But the problem about belt speed is that I'm going to need to sort out the entire... I'm going to need to improve the entire belt in order to get it all working. Eventually, I think it is going to get to the point where we're going to be sort of stacking up. At least a couple. This also needs to get improved. Let's disconnect this, redo this a little bit. Cool. Nice. Okay. My power system has only recently become a problem. Like, up until a little while ago, it was actually completely okay. It's just because we're now stressing it with a huge number of additional labs. Yeah, and even that, we're still at 80% satisfaction. How am I doing Dyson sale-wise? 129. Okay, my experiment of polar EM ejector rail things has really not worked out. Really, really not worked out at all. Yeah, so I'm doing Mecha Core 4 at this moment in time, and it shouldn't take too long at all. Then I want to hit... require gravitational wave refraction. Hold on, where the bleeding heck is gravitational wave refraction? That's what we require, apparently. That's got to be a regular tech, eh? Gravitational wave refraction. Okay, alright. So that needs to be enqueued first. Ditch that, and then back to engine drive 4, which we now can queue up. Okay, so that gets... So that's what? 2 layers? Right. Let me yoink out some motors over here, and we will... And we'll see what we can do. I'll take some... Sure. Take some batteries over here. Let's see if we can try and produce as many of these... There we go. As many of these high-level inserters as we can, and we'll see if we can try and speed up the speed of insertion. And we're going to use level 3 inserters because that's the sort of future-proofing that I'm interested in seeing. There we go. Gosh, it's so darn bright. It's so bright. Alright, there we go. That will, you know, itself drastically increase the speed of research, I think. In fact, that might even allow us to get all the way back up to the top of the tower. Yeah, I think it might, you know? I think it might. That level 3 inserter is MVP. Alright, let's make all of the rest level 3 inserters. At least for the first 4 stacks. Then we'll move along Then we'll move along from there when my level 3 sorters finish construction. Cool. Right, so what have I got? I've got 3 left. Make any more? No, can't make any more. Need more electromagnets. Or engine, what are they called? Electric motors. Yeah, what do we need for electric motors? We need more iron. Of course we do. Iron is one of those things. It's one of those things. Always need. Cool. Alright, we can make an absolute ton of these. An absolute ton of these inserters, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Right, what's the issue? We're now completely out of purples. Kinda thought that something like that would happen. Yeah, it's okay. We'll move them manually. Also, I saw a solar cell getting fired up there. Very cool. Alright, decent number of purples, but nothing special. We're just in need of more processors now. And the processors need microcrystalline components. Microcrystalline components, shockingly, need more high-purity silicon. High-purity silicon just needs more smelteries. Ugh, that's okay. That's okay. Let's go and throw the remainder of these purples into the science system, and that will at least get us. I don't know. It gets us pretty darn close, right? That'll actually get us across the line. And then gravitational wave will not need purples, so we're going to be able to accelerate that through that pretty darn quickly, actually. And then what about back to drive engine 4? Drive engine 4 shouldn't need purples either. We might have enough to do warp speed, like, very soon. Okay, in order to facilitate that, let's build up the number of labs that we have. There we go. More iron. I know that I've got like a ridiculously long production queue, but I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter. There we go. And then, let's organize the inventory so that I can actually see how much space that I have. Let's rip out all of this stone into silicon production area that I put down not too long ago. The reason being is that it's just not necessary anymore. It's just not necessary. Just not necessary at all. Which is a shame. Because I enjoyed having it. I enjoyed it whilst it lasted. But it's so unnecessary that it doesn't even matter anymore. Okay, cool. And to be really honest, I need the smelteries. I need the smelteries because they need to be moved over to the new silicon production area, funnily enough. So that's probably what we're going to do. Right. Oh, that's cool, actually. I don't even need to... I just insert it automatically into the bottom one, and then they'll all be transferred all the way up the stack instantly. I thought that you could only insert 10, but if you insert more than 10, it'll be moved up to the next one. Very cool. Very, very cool indeed. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight as to whether we have enough resources to do the tech, but I think we'll have enough purple cubes for what we're after. Nice. Mecha Core level 4 plus 800 megajoules of energy. And then, oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this. It's like 2 minutes for gravitational wave. Very, very nice. Space warper? Ah, yes, this is warp fuel. Graviton lens. A piece of neutron star material that has been encapsulated after processing. Okay, alright, fine. So that's what we need in order to make the space warper. And then we need... What is that? Is that either diamond or is that titanium crystals? I think that's diamond. So we need diamond, and then we also need strange matter. Strange matter is made from deuterium, iron, and particle container things. So that shouldn't be too difficult to do at all. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Let me head back across to the silicon processing area. This is all looking so good. It's all looking so good. It's all looking so gosh darn good. Right, how do we expand this? I did say that I was leaving myself a little bit of space, but I clearly did not leave myself enough space. That's a classic potato maneuver right there. Alright. At least that'll make a little bit of difference. Alright. Juice it up. And then juice me up. Let's go and juice me up. Let's go and juice me up to max. Well, maybe not max. Might take a little while, especially given that we're throwing a huge amount of power into researching at the moment, which is grand. Okay, gravitational space wave refraction, whatever. Then we get this drive engine using the caps lock key to switch on warp. Each time activate the warp will consume space warper ×1. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, we can now fly. We can now realistically fly around the solar system with very little chance of dejuicing. Gigajoules. Look at that. Core energy has reached above a gigajoule. That's so good. And yeah, now we can reach solar systems that are a lot more further afield. Okay. We still have 42 spare research labs. Might have miscounted on that a little bit. Might have made a few too many research labs. That's my bad. That's my bad. Also, the very least that we could do is have a full freaking belt of red science. And actually yellow science, too. Okay, two level 3 outputs here. Yeah, fine. Let's go and do the exact same for yellow, because I know that we've got yellow things still in storage, but we're just not getting them out quickly enough. Okay, we're also just not making enough yellow. Like, that's the unfortunate reality. I think yellow is probably the most difficult thing that we have to make here. If we were only able to find organic crystals, if we were able to find an organic crystal vein, that would be so freaking huge. Because diamonds are easy. Diamonds are not the problem. Diamonds are not the problem. It's the organic crystals that are the issue. I tell you what, though. We can't stack that any higher. Foundation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. It's super efficient using just like one bit of foundation here. Hey! Gravitational wave stuff. We did it. That's wonderful. Let's build a brand new stack of this. The reason that we're going to do this is because we are now going to increase the number of yellows that we are going to be producing, and it shouldn't be too difficult to do at all. Do something like that. We do something like that. Basically reconnect it up over there, and then we extend this down here. Okay, and then input, 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 output. To be honest, I don't know why I'm still using these crappy level 1 inserters. We could just use level 2 or even level 3 inserters. Let's use level 3 inserters to go in, and then level 3 inserters to go out as well. At least at this side, right? At least at this side, there is no reason. There is no reason not to. We need to be on yellow production, and let's go. Okay, we're not going to have enough resources to always constantly power this second lab, or whatever it is, the second lab. We're going to need to invest probably in more diamond production operations. That was so stupid. There we go. That's what I meant to do, and that's what I meant to do. Okay, graphite goes in there, and diamonds, which I picked up a couple of, can go in here. There we go. Cracking. Alrighty. So that's going to give us, I guess, a temporary boost. A temporary boost to yellow science production, which should be grand. We got very, very, very small amount of time left on the research for everything else. What are we actually waiting for? Doesn't look like anything, to be honest. Doesn't look like anything. Looks like we're good for blue. We're good for yellow too. It just takes a little while. Ah, okay. We're just coming to the end of our solid yellow supply. It's just taking time to do the mecha warp speed, which is fine. That's fine. Then we got a little more yellow coming through here, and then we're back to the occasional bit of yellow, which is because we interrupted the production for a little while.